Hey, Crestwood, happy Wednesday to you. Hope you all are doing well and enjoying this week. Hope you are seeing God's blessings in your life in the midst of the challenges, which we know are always there. But we also know that God is at work in all things to bring about good. So I hope you are experiencing God's work in your life, no matter what's going on. It's certainly my honor to be with you and to bring you this devotional for this Wednesday, May 21st. So I'm thinking today about peace. I've preached about peace on and off over the course of my career. And I've been thinking about it today because I recognize how it seems to be much more absent in our world and in our lives today. I preached a sermon several years ago where I said something to the effect of that we need to be speaking peace into this world, that we can't just hope for it or wish for it, but how are we speaking peace into the world around us? I talked about how there was a youth in my youth group when I was starting out in ministry, who was always trying to show off, sort of full of bravado and machismo, and was always bragging and boasting and threatening. I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to knock you down. And one time I got so frustrated with him, I just turned around to him and said, listen, I only want to hear peace talk from you from now on. No more of this, just peace talk. And so Peace Talk became his nickname. I call him that to this day. I call him that name to this day. And he has always peace talked to me. But the thought of how are we speaking peace into this world? And I talked about the importance of us saying, peace be with you as a greeting. We actually tried that at Crestwood for a while, and some people thought it was too Catholic, so we don't do that anymore. But I do think it's important that we are speaking peace into this world. I have a church member that every Sunday we greet each other with, peace be with you and also with you. We're constantly making sure we are speaking peace into this world. And I think that is more important than ever right now because of how challenging it is to find peace in our world. I'm not just talking about internationally and nationally. I'm talking about just in our lives today. I've had several conversations this week with people who are struggling to find peace within themselves, peace within their families, peace within their workplaces, their communities. It is so hard to find peace, and we have no idea what someone's going through and the struggle they have to just find that peace. And so all the more reason for us to speak peace into this world. That's also important for us to do when our country is so divided, and there is so much that we are in conflict about, on opposite sides of. And I know that there are good things, and I know that there are good people, but it just seems like that conflict keeps escalating. But that means all the more important that we work for peace. Blessed are the peacemakers, Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount. And so how are we working in our lives to make that peace real, to honor the Prince of Peace when he came into this world? I was thinking about this when I was reading Romans, because Paul has this wonderful statement that encourages us to seek peace, but also honors the challenge of that. He says, I'm going to read it now in Romans 18, if it is possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. Now, I love the end of that, live peaceably with all, but I also love the two disclaimers that come before it. If it is possible, recognizing peace may not always be possible in a situation, and so far as it depends on you. You can try to be peaceable all you want, and the other person can choose not to be, can choose to be contentious, can choose to be conflictual. That's fine. You don't control them. What you do control is how you respond in those kind of situations. Are you responding with peace? Are you seeking to live peaceably? For those with whom you're in conflict, how are you actively working towards peace instead of perpetuating the conflict? I think that's what we are called to do in this world. Blessed are the peacemakers. How are we working to make peace, especially with those with whom we don't have peace, especially when we see the lack of peace around us? I think that's our challenge for today, Crestwood. Our challenge is to seek that peace and to seek to live peaceably with all, recognizing, number one, it's not always possible, and number two, it's not always up to us. But those aren't reasons to not keep working for peace. It may feel like it's impossible. It may feel like it'll never happen. We may not be able to see or envision a scenario where there is peace in our lives and in our world. But that's all the more reason to work for it. Because if each of us seek to live peaceably with one another, that has a ripple effect on all of those people that we meet. So how do we honor the Prince of Peace who has come into this world to give us the peace of Christ, which passes all of our understanding? We seek to live peaceably with all. It makes life better when you're not in conflict. So is there some place in your life where you are struggling to find peace? What are you doing to be a part of the solution to live peaceably with all? That's my challenge to you. That's my challenge to me as we seek to make Christ's peace real in this world. God bless you, Crestwood.